Wanderlei Silva. You're headlining at MSG on June 24th. Is there any, I don't know, for lack of a better word, fear, doubt in your mind that for whatever reason this fight doesn't come to fruition, that Wanderlei, I mean, we've been teased about this fight before, right?
With Wanderlei and I can't imagine it. I can't imagine it not happening. You know, I do not like Wanderlei. I'm not a Wanderlei defender. But if I was to be fair about his career, Errol, I can't remember a fight he's ever pulled out of. I can't remember him doing that. If he has, I just can't
recently
remember.
with Mirko Cro Cop.
With Cro Cop, was that fight signed? Because I read they were going to fight on like New Year's, and that was a little bit weird. But to your point, just recently, he did have something with Cro Cop. I don't know if that was ever signed, but I don't remember him bailing out. I just don't remember it could happen. I don't like the guy, but I also don't acknowledge that he's a chicken. I think he's a guy that goes out there and fights, and I'll definitely be there.
This dates back many years. I mean, we showed that clip from 2011. Why don't you like him? What is it about Wanderlei that you do not like?
We just could never get it right, and you know, I can't really remember where it started. I remember the first time I ever saw Wanderlei Silva.
When was that?
He walked into Randy Couture's gym. I was in there sparring.
How long ago?
No mouthpiece. So I was getting ready to fight Paulo Filho.
Oh wow, WC.
Yeah, and I don't remember when that was, but
first or second?
2009.
Okay.
First or the second. But
just trying to paint a picture here.
Yeah, a number of months apart.
Right. Doesn't matter.
I think it was 2009. He came in, I was sparring, I had no mouthpiece. And anytime you're sparring, you don't have a mouthpiece, not a good idea.
Right.
When you're at a new gym where you don't know the guys and you have no mouthpiece, you just shouldn't spar. But I was there, I had traveled, I had to do the workout. And I told Wanderlei, he came in, and that was Wanderlei Silva, you know, there's an aura about him, if you will. And I didn't know how his English was or mine, so I just smiled real big and pointed to my mouth, and he said, okay. And so we sparred the round. He never threw a punch at me. He took care of me the entire time, let me throw my combinations on him, and then he even coached me a little bit. He said that I should be, after I punched, to finish combinations with kicks. He was just a great guy. And you know, he spars really hard. He's the last guy you want to go with without a mouthpiece. And I thought, well, what a great guy. I had a good experience with him. A little bit later, he opened his gym. I happened to be in town, so I went down for the grand opening. Everything was fine. I had my Anderson fight, and I was doing some kind of a press tour with Wanderlei. And we ended up in a van together, and we spent the whole day together. And he had his own videographer with him. And at some point, he cues the guy up, and he cuts like a promo on me, you know, tell me to watch my mouth, and you do these things in Brazil, and you lose your teeth. And he was doing this whole thing, and I just thought, Wanderlei, this is really weird. Because first off, you're telling me off, which is a little bit, that's rude. Second, we spent the whole day together. Like, we're in a van, man. Are you trying to start a fight with me in a van after we spent the day? And third, you brought the cameraman. Like, it's just weird. And, you know, so I got my ego too, you know, and I kind of admired the guy, but I got my ego too. So I had to push back, and then, you know, he went crazy or whatever happened. And it's like, hey, well then game on, man. You know, I appreciate you looking after me that one day, but if this is the way you want to go, I'm a fighter too.
And so it all started there in that van. I think that was in Austin, Texas.
Yeah, that's right. It was in Austin,
Jen
Texas.
Wink was in the car.
Jen Wink was in the car. And I just thought it was really inappropriate. It's like, Wanderlei, I get if you're trying to make a name, you know, and I was on top, but hey, you've been on top too. You don't need to get a name off of me. Man, you're still Wanderlei Silva. You headline some big cards, and you're going to keep headlining some cards. And I just thought it was a really weird thing to do, particularly that he brought the video guy. Yeah. And then things just went bad to worse. You know, you're going back a number of years, but I remember we were on the set of The Ultimate Fighter in Brazil. Yeah. And I was persona non grata in Brazil at that time. You're wiping your nose. Is that me?
No. That's just me.
Oh, your nose itches. Okay.
I have a big nose. It gets in the way.
So that's your comment, not mine. So anyway, we ended up out there, and he starts a street fight with me, and it's like, Wanderlei, I'm by myself. I have nobody, and I'm the bad guy here. So if you come out and you pick on me, you're going to humanize me, and you're going to humble me to the audience, which is going to make them like me, which is not what I'm here for. The script is written, man. I'm the bad guy. You be the white knight. You come save your country, and we'll go fight this out on pay-per-view. This is really obvious, but if you bully me while I'm alone, it's going to have the reverse effect. So first, now you just lost my respect because now you're a dummy. Yeah. You don't get it, which makes, if you don't understand the business, I can't respect you in this business. And then secondly, my wife was there. You start a fist fight with me, which I end up getting jumped. One of his cronies jumps me in front of my wife. It's like, Wanderlei, I don't like you at all, but if you show up somewhere with your wife, we're doing it your way. You tell Chael to go stand in the corner with his pants down, and your wife's, I'm going to do it. I'm going to make you look good in front of your wife. I'm not going to start a fight. This is like bro code 101. And we don't have a bunch of honor, man. It's two thieves in this thing together. But my wife's there, and you're going to start a fight with me? Man, that was hard.
Wow. I could see, like, you actually, that really pissed you off.
It disappointed me more than anything because it goes back to what I told you at the beginning. When I very first saw the guy, he had like an aura around him, man. It was like the first time I saw Hoist Gracie in person. It was a big deal. I remember that moment. I'm a fan first. Now I'm a fighter and a commentator. I've got my place in this sport, but I started as a fan, and that's how my career will end. I'm a fan. I admire these guys. So you got a guy like Wanderlei that's done everything that I'm trying to do. At this point in my career, when I meet him, I'm trying to get to where he is. And he's going to go and pull something like that. It's like, Wanderlei, come on, man. I've been around him where his kids are there. The gig is up, man. Your kids are there. You win.
When's the last time you spoke to him? Was it at that press conference when you guys did the face-to-face with Dana?
Yeah, 2014.
You won't believe this. He's on the phone. He called in.
This second?
Right now.
Oh, what do we... I wouldn't believe that
this.
Ariel set that up.
This.
No, I wouldn't believe it.
You think I have a way of calling Wanderlei Silva in the middle? Listening to the show,
I do.
Heard the stories. You think I have that power?
I think you do.
I don't.
I see a glimmer in your eye. I'll stick to kayfabe.
Wanderlei, are you there? Wanderlei Silva, are you on the phone?
Yeah, my friend. I hear everything, and I know.
That's him.
You talking like, man. You need to talk to Chael. He talking like a loser, man. Man, I'm not their friend, man. You know that. You know we have some problems. And you're coming to say a lot of this terrible history. Fuck yourself, man. Let's do that. Man, why do you talk about that history? No, I'm fan. Fuck yourself, man. I wanna beat you very bad, man. And 24 June, you're gonna have that time. Bye.
Wanderlei, are you still there? Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
This story that Chael just told about the brawl on The Ultimate Fighter, did you know that his wife was there? And if so, do you regret going through that with him?
Oh, man, no, come to tell this sad history. Oh, this, that. No, not ever, man. I am a man. He is a man. I have two balls. He have two balls. Let's do that. No. Have a reason to tell all this sad history.
Right.
Man, let's do it. Let's do it. Make the job. Make the good fight. Make you one of the biggest fights of the history. And I want to beat you so bad.
Anything you want to say to Wanderlei, Chael?
No.
Can I ask you the same question, Wanderlei, before you go? And I appreciate you calling in. I asked Chael, why do you dislike Wanderlei? He told me, why do you dislike Chael?
Man,
we lost him.
We are the top fighters in the world. We're gonna make one of the biggest fights of the history. One of the most famous arenas in the world. In that day, Bellator is going to be bigger than UFC. We're going to make UFC, we're going to make Bellator bigger than UFC in that day. For the first, in a lot of times, but that day, we're going to make one of the biggest events in the world. And I wanted to tell just one thing for you, Chael. Let's go, stop to talking, let's go training, because, man, you're going to be in trouble with me in June. Bye.
Thank you, Wanderlei.
Bye.
Did you get that?
I got that.
The message at the end?
It took me a second there.
Wow, how about that?
I thought because I thought it was a voice, so I was waiting for him to pop up. Okay, what's Ariel pulling? That was Wanderlei.
That was. Oh, you thought that whole thing was a rib?
No, well, I actually thought it was. I thought this guy's really good. Yes, I thought it was a rib, but I was waiting for his face to pop up, and when it didn't, I was like, oh, Ariel's pulling one.
Wanderlei's only been on the show once. I'm not a texting buddy with him.
So how do you know it was him? Same way I do. It sounded just like him.
No, in my ear they told me, hey.
Okay.
Wanderlei just called in.
All right.
How about that?
Pretty cool.
That's something.
I'm very happy for you.
But you didn't want to talk to him.
I don't know what to say. I didn't know what to say that whole time. Are we doing a back and forth? Like, we have a press conference tomorrow, by example, out here in New York, but he's not coming.
He's not coming?
He's not coming to the press conference.
Why?
And then this is another reason I thought that was a rib.
He's on the list.
He's not coming to the press conference. So then I go from here to Chicago, Mo versus Rampage, live, free, and only on Spike TV.
That's true, I heard.
So I'm going out to Chicago for that, and we're going to do a face-off. Everybody that's on the pay-per-view, everybody that will be at the press conference, will be. Wanderlei's not coming. It's like, Van, What do you mean you're not coming? Who misses a press conference in New York City? Who doesn't go live on Spike TV for some kind of a promo? But he's not coming. But here he is on the MMA Hour. You pulled off what MSG,
Finally.
and frankly, what Spike, even Friday with Mo and Rampage.
And by the way, I didn't pull off anything.
9 p.m., 6 in the West.
He listens to the show, clearly tunes in.
He's on the show. You pull it up.
How did I time it? How did I time it that we were just talking about him and then there he is calling into the show? But
you're a genius.
Here's the thing. I'm not taking any credit. Here's the thing.
I feel like you're taking the credit.
No. I mean, look, the show is the show. It's a good platform.
All right.
I mean, could Joel pull something like this off? Let's not get into that. Let's not get into Joel. I mean, you talk about a scrub of all scrubs. I mean, the Job Squad. Tell that guy to get my name out of his mouth. Listen, honestly.
I will tell him.
Honestly. When you come to New York and find out that this guy is not coming to the press conference, this is shades of the Conor McGregor thing.
Right.
Like, are you saying, I'm out of here? Why should I come from Oregon? Oregon to New York is not quite Brazil to New York, but I mean, it's not next door.
I thought it was disheartening. I mean, I would have come either way, but I did think it was disheartening, and I thought it was confusing. It's like, hey, Wanderlei, not for nothing, but again, you've got two veterans of the business. Don't just forget the sport, but we both should know the business, but I feel like only one of us does. We are the main event at MSG. Fedor's got to jerk the curtain. In fairness, Fedor's a legend. Fedor's an absolute legend. You have some title fights going down that night, and we're headlining the whole show. There is an obligation that comes with that. You get on the airplane, you come to the press conference, and I thought that it was surprising that he didn't. So it's quite literal when I tell you, we couldn't pull this off. We couldn't even pull it off for Friday night during the Mo Rampage fight, and you just pull it off on the MMA Hour. So you see why I was a little bit cautious. Like when you said, hey, do you have anything to say to Wanderlei? I said, no, because I was processing in my mind, is this even Wanderlei?
Yeah.
Is this Wanderlei? But I believe that was Wanderlei.
So it's a little deflating because tomorrow you're going to have no dance partner, right? Like you can't do the face-off, right?
I feel like it's a little bit bizarre, but I also don't know the backstory. I just got here. I got in last night. Did
you threaten to go back?
I would never leave. But I have vowed that the next time I see Wanderlei, I will be fighting Wanderlei, and I trust that is true. So they might have just said, "Look, why even get these guys together?"
This was your chance to say something to him. You're not going to get a chance tomorrow. Now I'm even more surprised you didn't say anything.
Yeah, well, you understand.